It's a new time for some more Elder Scrolls Online. Just gonna wait for things to set up here. Transfer over to where things should be. That looks good. Nice. All right. So, welcome back. Excited. It's a new day. New episode, so to say. It's becoming quite episodic with how frequently I've been able to stream this week. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Arigeld, and we have been mainly working through the new content here in Elder Scrolls Online. We're on the island of Solstice, which is currently split in half thanks to the raiding wall. We figured that out in the main quest, and what we're going to do today, yesterday actually we finished up just a single quest, surprisingly, but it was then this one, the Coralania Manor, with all of the necromancers and such. And today we are going to complete the Shelltide Village, which I believe, since she is Argonian, I assume that this is the quest giver. I essentially just ported here to this way shrine, and she was standing there already, so I thought, okay, well, then let's see if that works. So, I actually want to see. I've got this. I think it's under P. Yeah, Golden Pursuits. I don't want. Yes, please do not. Yeah, unpin. There we go. I wanted to get rid of that pin because I'm not going. I've actually, as you can see, I've completed all of the Golden Pursuits for this week or two, right? So you got the pet. I was more interested in the gold and then this statue, right, which you can see here. Very cool. So I got that, and okay, fine. I got the pet too, but that wasn't really the main reason why I did that. Okay, Keshu the Black Fin. Let's see what you have to say.
Ah, fortune smiles upon me. Just the person I needed to see. Hold a moment before you continue towards Shelltide Village. I could use your help with a complicated matter, mercenary.
Okay, so it does look like she's the quest starter because she is essentially pointing us towards Shelltide Village, which is where we need to go. What seems to be the problem?
I hope to recruit Tideborn warriors from the village to aid in the Stirk Fellowship's offensive against the Worm Cult. However, they're mired in their own struggles with the cult and a necrotic taint that threatens the village's egg hatcheries.
How can I help? The Tideborn warriors. I just also noticed, I forgot that I turned off the immersive dialogue thing. I'll have to turn that on afterwards. Hopefully that'll work. How can I help?
Tide Reader Suhoth promises the aid of the Tideborn tribes if I can root out the Worm Cult's corruption and assist in a ceremony to cleanse the tides. Will you help me save their birthing pools, mercenary? The Fellowship pays well for assistance.
Well, if they pay well, I'll help you recruit the Tideborn warriors.
We must introduce you to Tide Reader Suhoth. He will have more to share about the tasks ahead. Meet me in his hut at the center of the village. And be aware, Shelltide is the heart of Tideborn trade and culture. Try not to anger them.
Tell me more about the situation here.
As I said, I'm here with the Stirk Fellowship. My primary mission is to recruit locals to help deal with the threat of the Worm Cult. I decided to start with the Tideborn Argonians of Shelltide Village when I learned of the problems facing them.
I don't really know much about the Tideborn. Can you tell me more about them?
The Tideborn, or Ista Ahuak, are Argonians native to the island of Solstice. Their customs differ from what you may have seen on the mainland. For instance, many of these Argonians no longer hear the Hist song and, as such, have found new beliefs.
Oh, that's very central to at least the mainland Argonians, is the Hist song. There are a lot of quest lines that actually go into Argonians who are essentially going through the process of no longer being able to hear the Hist song, and essentially how torn they feel and they don't feel like they belong to the group or that people anymore. New beliefs?
Many Argonians believe that, in death, their memories are sorted by the river. Some are retained by the Hist, and others discarded. The Tideborn believe that these lost memories are returned to Nirn by the tide, and are reborn here on Solstice.
The Tideborn are reborn Argonians? Purportedly.
Some villagers believe so.
Right.
They consider it a second chance, another opportunity to mature into their destined scales. I am curious, of course, and wish to learn more. But for now, I am withholding judgment.
And what is Tide Reader Suhath's role?
Perhaps you are familiar with the terms Tree Minder or Sap Speaker? These are important roles within any Argonian tribe whose Hist still sings. Tide Reader Suhath fulfills this role for the Tideborn, an interpreter of the tide and its bounty.
Did you come to Solstice because of your dream of building an advanced Saxiel society?
I see you remember our conversation back in Gideon. Yes, my dream remains the same. I still plan to build an advanced Saxleal society with a vibrant culture that embraces our past glory while retaining our current outlook on the world.
Okay, so that's quite cool. So I didn't recognize her, but I apparently completed a quest line in Gideon, and this is referencing that. So that's the nice thing that ESO does. ESO does is that if you've actually completed certain quest lines or achievements or something, they will often, naturally not for everything, but they'll often make reference to it. And Solstice will help you build this new society?
That is what I hope to find out. Gideon is the beginning, but I want to see what I can learn from the Tideborn. And I also understand that there are Stone Nest tribes that never abandon the ways of the Zanmirs. I hope to speak to them, too.
All right, we already know about the Stirk Fellowship, so that's good. Okay, let me turn on the add-on. This. So let's see if that worked.
We must introduce...
There we go. Okay, so off we go to the south. Yes. Oh, I really like this mount. It's like a desert sand mount. You can essentially see that. I think what they're trying to indicate is that the mount is a corporeal version of sand, in essence, and in the form of, thank you, in the form of, I don't know what that is. It's like a lizard wolf thing. Okay, so here we are in Shell Tide Village. Yes, this looks very Argonian, understandably. All right, I'm not going to run around with my sheet. Looks like, I was going to say, it looks like someone's coming. Talk to Tide Reader.
Is this the mercenary you spoke of, Eggkin?
Yes,
It is
Tide
indeed.
Reader. I consider them worthy of the task ahead.
We're going to play some first-person mode.
Welcome to Shelltide, Eggkin. I will cut straight to the pearl. The cult's presence here threatens the future of the Tideborn. Tribes from across the island bring their eggs here to mature, but the waters are tainted, killing the unborn young.
I believe this voice actor was the same in World of Warcraft with a lot of the underwater races as well. It reminds me of it. Also, I love his outfit. I wonder if you can get things like that. Keshu mentioned a ritual to cleanse the tide.
Yes, that is correct. A ritual I hope will both lift up the next generation of Tideborn warriors and dispel the necrotic taint on our waters. All in time to aid your cause. How familiar are you with the Chukase tradition?
The rite of passage? I'm familiar with it.
Then you understand how important it is, Eggkin. This ritual honors our community and the tide. Completing it should elevate our young and clear the waters. But the ritual path has become too dangerous. I was forced to pause the tradition.
Until now?
Until your arrival, yes, Ogel. Outsider, I ask that you aid our young warriors by clearing cultists from the ritual path so the Chukase can be completed. Seek out the brothers Senek and Talali Haas. Help them perform the rite, and we will help you.
I'll seek out the brothers.
Senek Haas will be at the training grounds northeast of my hut. Talali Haas is tending to the hatchery pools east of here, beyond the village walls. Tell them to begin their Chukase and accompany them to the entrance of our burial grounds.
All right. One thing I'm going to do differently is I'm not going to do all of the different chat options, just because a lot of times, yes, they do essentially give more lore, but we get essentially a lot of the explanations and such through the main things, and so we're just going to keep it at that.
Your tail twitches like a young one, Keshu. You have questions, yes?
I'd like to hear more about the tide. Go on ahead, mercenary. I will catch up.
All right. Yeah, because I just felt like it's a little bit too drawn out a lot of times with going through all of the chat and listening to all of the NPC chatter. Not that I don't think it's relevant or important, but...
And that! Taste the salt of my blade!
I assume that I need to talk with you, Senekas.
Has my fighting prowess caught your attention, outsider?
Ooh, looks like a fish.
Huh. Well, do try to keep your distance, lest I cleave you in two.
Senekas, Tide Rider, reader Suhath sent me to find you.
Has that old lizard finally accepted what I've known all along? That these cultists must be dealt with swiftly before we lose any more young? Join me in battle, Ogel. I will heartily welcome your blade.
I'm to clear out cultists while you and your brother complete your Chukase.
My scales shimmer at the news. While I wish it were me taking down the cultists, I'll accept finally being recognized as a full-fledged warrior. Perhaps the Tide Reader has sense left in him after all. When shall we begin?
Once we gather at the entrance to the burial grounds.
Tlali will certainly erect the spine of surprise when he hears of this. Our scales have itched for the opportunity to prove our worthiness and push back the cultists. I will meet you at the start of the ritual path, outsider.
All right, sounds good. That's the other thing. Since I'm also Argonian, you saw like he said, "Oh, do you already know about the Chukase, the rite of passage?" And my character said yes, which either indicates that I completed a quest.
Another clutch lost to the necrotic taint. Rest, Aitkin. Your time will come. I promise.
Still your waters, Talali. An outsider approaches.
Yeah, so it either indicates that I had already completed a quest, or because I'm Argonian, it's like, of course I know about it, because I went through it as a character. Talali Haas.
Forgive me, Aitkin. I fear I was wandering the reeds of anxious thought. Losing a clutch is heartbreaking, let alone the loss of so many. Curse these limp, thin cultists. Do you have need of me?
Talali Haas, Tide Reader Suhath sent me to find you.
The Tide Reader sends an outsider to find me? And here I thought I'd seen all the Tide could offer. Have you come to help with the poison tides? Our young wither and die before their eggs even crack.
I mean, I might be an outsider, but at least I'm an Argonian. So, that helps, I would think. I'm to clear out cultists while you and your brother complete your Chukase.
I erect the spine of intrigue. Although, who am I to look a gift guar in the mouth? I suppose we are to meet at the entrance to the burial grounds?
Yes. Can you tell me where that is?
Of course. Allow me to mark your map.
Thank you.
It is a great honor you have been given. Our Chukase is a traditional rite, to be sure, but it is also an opportunity to cleanse the tides. There may be hope for our eggs yet.
That's right. Then, my speedy cat who is not a Khajiit. Okay, off to the burial grounds. See, essentially... Oh, I think that was them, right? Yeah, there they are.
Once I speak with my companion, we shall begin the first trial. A cleansing of your ancestral burial grounds. Do not let the excitement of these young ones distract you from our goal, mercenary. We must help the brothers complete their ritual and cleanse the waters so that I can secure the aid of the Tideborn against the greater Worm Cult menace.
What exactly do you need me to do?
Help them complete their Chukase. The first trial in the rite honors the village's past. The brothers must visit the resting places of 4 Tideborn ancestors. We must ensure their safety while they pay their respects.
Sounds easy enough.
Do not become complacent. The Worm Cult defiles this burial ground. We will need to contend with them, protect the brothers, and try to ascertain exactly what the cultists are up to here.
Alright, dispatch worm cultists and look for clues. Got it.
And remember, as much as the brothers may wish to help you, that is not their place in this. Once you deem a site safe to approach, signal to them and they will begin their prayer.
Okay. Good to know. Then, I was gonna say, this looks like...
Then, Talawi, honor your ancestors. I will lead you north.
By killing them. Oh no, these are the...
Keep an eye out for any clues about what the Worm Cult might be planning.
Alright, here's one.
Elders, your tide recedes, but is not forgotten.
Ancestors, we remember and ask you to bless our sacred waters.
Attack!
I like the, that pose that some of the NPCs are in. Like that, you know, very karate-like pose. But the next one.
Ancestors, we praise the ripples of your passing.
Elders, let Itzteish guide you across the waves.
Huh. We just have to notes on exhumation. The minds of the exhumed are not as pliable as we had hoped. They refuse to reveal the location of their hidden shrine, and I grow tired of listening to these ancient lizards. No matter, we will find the source of the tide's power before long. Use preservation spells as needed and transport the corpses to our camp. While they refuse their secrets, we can still make use of their fetid flesh.
The source of the tide's power? Is that why they desecrate our dead?
Sounds like it. Looks like we're probably gonna find some hidden Argonian temple or something. Would be my guess.
The currents of the past flow ever into the future.
Ancestors, inspire us.
Oh, I wonder if it's that giant thing. That thing that looks quite ominous over there. Okay, here we've got some. Here are the corpses.
Sooth. These cultists exhume our dead and leave them drying in the sun. They must pay.
That is very disrespectful. I agree. I'm just gonna grab a runestone real quick. And burial mark.
Elders, let your power flow into our sacred waters.
Ancestors, hear our prayer. We will meet you at the cliffs, Ogel.
Yep, right over there, in fact.
The Worm Cult presence here is more entrenched than I thought. They have embedded themselves under every palm and colossal shell. What of the Chukase? Were the brothers able to complete the first trial in the ritual?
Yes, the brothers visited the graves and completed their prayer.
And not a scale out of place. Good work, mercenary. Next, we must facilitate their dream wallows. A type of dream given to them by the tide. We will need the root of a Fanic Gawk plant from the ridgeline to the east. That is your next task.
Before I go, I found a scroll that indicated the cult is trying to find the source of the tide's power.
By questioning the dead? I don't like the sound of that. You will encounter a cultist camp I spotted on your way to gather the root. See if you can learn anything more there. I'll escort the brothers and meet you atop the islet beyond the camp.
Alright, we will do that. Okay, so it looks like we have to, I was gonna say we have to go down here. Cool. Beautiful place. Right, now that it's also starting to get a lot warmer here around where I live, summer has definitely sprung, and so it definitely has put me in the mood for more of these tropical locales as well. And I mean, honestly, what better place to do it here? You could go swimming as long as you're not attacked by these giant coral crabs, and enjoy the blue sea, the fresh air. That would definitely be, particularly to be able to go swimming, which I love to do. That would be a lot of fun. So a Fanic Gok root. Let's see what they've got here. We can't interact with these, so we'll probably have to come here later. Oh, but we do have some trunks and a blueprint, which I already know, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We wanted to do some leads as well. Just because we've found a number of leads and I want to use them before they actually expire. Maybe we'll do that next. Word is Dark Adepts Constantina may be close to finding the shrine the Tideborn have hidden near here. Of course, we might have had better luck just tearing the jungle and beach apart. I don't know how they expected us to interrogate those damned risen lizards when half of them only speak Gel. No matter, the sooner we find the source of this tide, the sooner we can get back to real work that brought us to this island. Gods, these bugs, they must be what a corpse feel like when we drain them of those fluids. Speaking of fluids, Larisus got desperate and tried to eat one of the strange root plants. Now he's covered in boils and some of the novices are placing wagers on how many pop before he walks that misty path into the beyond. My coin's on 14. Ooh. Gross. Gross, I say. Alright, so we've got that. I bet we have to go up that way. I would guess. Off to, we're gonna run! Run! Ignore all the ignore all the mobs. We're supposed to be protecting the island. I don't think I have that one skill unlocked from the Dark Brotherhood.
This way, mercenary. Bring the root to Talali when you're ready.
Ooh, here we've got a Sijic.
Did you find the
What, you
plant
got?
we
Portal.
need, Ojal?
Nice. All right.
Did you find a Fanic Gok root for the ritual?
Mm-hmm.
It is a necessary component for a dream wallow, and I'm unsure how we'd proceed without it.
Here's the root you need for the ritual.
Perfect. The words mean fated sand in your language, though Keshu tells me they call it fated mud back on the mainland. The root allows us to glimpse our futures, to see what the tide has in store for us, and allow us to choose the right path.
Is the Dream Wallow safe? So I bet this is where then the hidden tide shrine or whatever is. Is the Dream Wallow safe?
Yes. I heard tales of other dream wallows. Some were calm and pleasant, others were like waves crashing in a storm. There is a chance we come back changed, inspired, perhaps disillusioned. It is a test, after all. Speak with Keshu while I prepare.
All right.
I shall prepare the dream wallow.
Thank you.
Into
Let us have a
Boxum
word
I
while Talali
did sand and ocean brine. Ripple the surface of the sacred waters and show me my reflection.
Cool. Okay. Sorry, Keshu. I just wanted to let him finish.
Let us have a word while Talali prepares the ritual drink.
He's done,
The
actually.
cultist camp below. Were you able to find any information about their plans or what they want from the Tideborn?
The cultists are searching for some sort of hidden shrine.
That's troublesome. It seems the Tide Reader's suspicions were correct. They're after a shrine hidden in the ocean's depths. The location of the third ritual site, in fact. Let us hope the cultists haven't found it yet.
The third ritual?
In due time, mercenary. First the burial grounds, next the Dream Wallow, then the shrine. A Dream Wallow is no simple nap. Each brother will walk a stormy path and face their future. And you must enter the Dream Wallows with them.
I'm going to do what?
You must aid them in the Dream Wallow while I guard your unconscious bodies. Tide Reader Suhoth fears the taint that spoils the tides may also affect the Dream Wallows. Join them, but only intercede if it is completely necessary.
Right, if you say
Apologies.
so.
I thought you knew. When you're ready, step forward. You'll accompany Senek Haas first.
That's alright. I knew, kind of. I figured something like this was going to go on. Ooh. Tideborne. Okay. Time to explore.
You drift alone at sea, Senek Haas, lost and afraid.
Wow. That's very cool. Yet again, very atmospheric, but also just very unique in how
No.
this looks.
I am not alone. I have my elders. I have... Your ancestors are carrion for sea urchins, while you honor the tide and follow a false brother. I carry my ancestors with me, darkness. And Tlali gives me strength. Fills the emptiness in my heart. Embrace the power these cultists offer. Pull your ancestors back from the void. Pull them back from the void? Is that possible?
Uh-oh. No, don't listen to him. Don't be tempted.
Ah! I've heard enough of this!
Exactly.
It is time to silence you for good. We have never needed the tribe. Look upon our potential. The power we could have.
Paralyzed.
Will only
Don't think.
reach out
Move.
and take it.
Okay, so that's like his evil self. that we
I
had to
am
defeat.
indebted to you, Ojel. Go on to the next dream. I have much to consider.
Alright, will do. You're welcome for helping you. Now, on to Lalias.
You honor salt and sand, but forget the great stone monuments that were raised as a testament to our power. The Tideborn do not chase stories of lost power. We forge ahead into uncharted waters. The tide is fickle and whispers only half-truths. Return. Even the sea erodes stone. I see your promises for what they are. Falsehoods whispered by shadows.
Seems I cut one of them off.
Are you so certain that you would risk the future of our people on your belief? Are you that afraid to lead them? Lead them? I always wanted to hear the tide, but I never. Am I holding myself back?
Oh, that was kind of sad of him. He always wanted to hear the tide, but he couldn't. No, but you're not holding yourself back. Wow, wow, gorgeous. Look at that. That's an entrance.
Could I lead them? Do I have the strength?
That's like supposed to be the hist.
Lack in strength you can make up for by bending the will of the dead. No!
Night like this, good.
We bend to our will. How they rise at our command.
So I can return to
You
my
can
brother.
rebuild what has been lost.
You do must think.
Yeah, that's
Every
like supposed to
villain
be
is
the
the
hist
hero of
tree.
their
Thank
own
you.
story.
Continue outside the dream. I must purge this filth from me before I awake.
Yes, you do that. All right, back to Solstice. So we got their dreams. So we got 2 out of the 3 rituals done. So now we can go on to where then this hidden ritual is. Oh, I will take this platinum.
You're all awake. Good. Check on the brothers if you would, mercenary.
We're fine.
Forgive me for not standing. The Dream Wallow took a lot out of me. Still, I thank you, Ojel. I'm not sure I would have been able to pull myself from that dream without your assistance.
Talali, what do you think about your Dream Wallow?
It was not what I expected. The dead risen like the stone monoliths of the ancient Saxhleel. And me, their leader? I don't know how the cultists were able to spoil our dreams, but I will be forever grateful for your aid.
Will you be ready for your next trial?
I must be. Meet us right below these cliffs. There is an entrance to our sacred shrine, where Senek and I must present ourselves to the tide. Commit our scales to the Father of Change. Allow me a moment to gather myself, and I'll be ready.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna go plunder this. All the way down. Click and click. Easy peasy. I mean, it was also a simple one, so. And even then, even the master ones aren't that hard. All right, Senekas.
Ojel, I am relieved to see you awaken. That Dream Wallow, that nightmare. I am unsure if I would have been able to push back its darkness without you by my side.
Senek, what do you think about your Dream Wallow?
It felt wrong. Tlali believes it was the root, tainted just like our land and sacred waters. Still, it pierced my mind and showed me the black pearls of my own insecurity. That will take time to recover from.
Are you ready for your next trial?
If anything, what happened in that dream proved the necessity of the next trial. It's Teish, Sithis, in all his infinite wisdom, will know how to best guide my hand and overcome this corruption. You are kind.
Oops.
The next trial starts at the shoreline below. Go on ahead. I want a moment with the Egg Brothers.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that one again. I thought he was done. All right, we'll take the shortcut off the cliff and hopefully not die in the process. Almost. Just let that recover. This could kill me. Almost. All right,
I
we're
am
here.
unsure if I can do this, Tlali.
Uncurl your tail, Senek. Ojel, Keshu will explain what happens next.
Okay, cool.
The final trial awaits through that whirlpool. Inside, you will find the Tideborn's most sacred shrine. There, the brothers will finish their chukase and complete the ritual. That should cleanse the waters and remove the necrotic corruption.
How will completing the ritual cleanse the waters?
Tide Reader Suhoth did not have the time or inclination to give me all the details. He just explained that if we guided the brothers on their chukase and helped them reach the shrine and complete the ritual, the sacred waters would be cleansed.
Okay. Well, I trust you. Here we go. Into the Shrine of Sithis. So as I said yesterday, notice this is the 3rd part of the main quest, or of the side quest. Elder Scrolls Online really likes to do 3, like a tripartite structure.
The worm cult is here. I'll protect the brothers. You deal with their leader, mercenary.
Okay. Gladly. Interesting. I wonder why some of them are dying.
Power of this shrine will be ours! Defend me!
To say, unless I kill you beforehand, I'm gonna decrease damage a little bit.
Serve us, lizards! Rise, beast! Destroy these fools!
just to kind of see a little bit more of the fight. I don't want it to end right away because you can see she's already almost dead. There we go.
Quickly, we must secure the shrine.
Well fought, mercenary. The shrine is beyond that waterfall.
Yeah. And as surmised, we discovered this hidden shrine. Very cool, though. We've got the... Again, that's not basalt, but I always think it is. Ooh, and then we've got our statue, our shrine to Sithis.
Remarkable. An ancient shrine to Sithis. Mercenary, talk with me. Now I understand the cult's purpose here. This cave sings with the power of the void.
What is this place, Keshu?
A shrine to Sithis, the bringer of ends, who the Tideborn call Eats Teish. What are the tides if not the ever-shifting flow of change? Let us hope Suhoth was right, and praying to the Unmaker returns his blessing to Shell-Tide Village.
Is this the final trial in the ritual?
Yes, the Chukase is almost complete. The brothers walked the path of their ancestors, and now must be recognized by Sithis. Since you walked it as well, mercenary, you must approach the shrine and be acknowledged too.
All right, I'll approach the shrine. Exciting, let's see what happens.
I feel the presence of the Dread Father.
What was once tainted has been made clean.
Eats Teish has approved our Chukase.
Your Chukase is complete, Egg Brothers. Let's meet at the hatchery and see if the waters are truly cleansed.
Ah, cool. That would potentially also mean that I've been kind of taken in to this group as well. I've also been cleansed, or yeah, essentially the help that I aided, or not the help that I aided, the help that I afforded, then also bestowed upon me the same privileges and acknowledgement that the two brothers received as well, perhaps? We shall see, but it looks like the hatchery is a lot healthier. We don't see the necrotic poison or death on it anymore, so that's a good sign.
Mercenary, please give the Tide Reader your impressions of the results of the Chukase.
All right.
The Egg Brothers shine with the warmth of the tide, Ogel. Already I can hear the voice of the Unmaker return to our shores. But tell me, how did the Chukase go from your perspective?
The Egg Brothers did well, and we dealt with the cultists who invaded your shrine.
Then I declare the Chukase a success. Senek and Talali are warriors of the Tideborn. We are indebted to you and Keshu. We will stand with you against the Worm Cult. I will dispatch our best warriors to Sunport once the celebration is over.
What about the hatchery and the sacred waters?
The Dread Father has returned his blessing. The shoal tender tells me the eggs are improving, and the sacred waters have begun to clear. It will take time to fully return to normal, but she is confident all will be fine.
Okay. What do you have to say, Kesha? Is what I wanted to say the whole time.
I came to this village seeking allies for the Stirk Fellowship, and to learn more about these distant eggkin of my people. With your help, it seems I have been successful in both regards.
Yes, the Tideborn have agreed to the Stirk Fellowship. What now, Keshu?
Now we continue to gather our forces in preparations to strike the Worm Cult a killing blow. Know that this alliance would not have been possible without your assistance. I look forward to seeing you at Sunport, and once again, fighting at your side.
All right, cool.
I chose well in you. Even in Blackwood, these eyes knew you were of strong will and tempered fortitude. Thank you for your efforts, mercenary. We connect these Tideborn with not only Sunport, but perhaps with Black Marsh as well.
Saxhleel of the Tideborn, people of Shelltide, these brothers have honored our ways and completed their chukase. Talali Haas, you are the steady rhythm of crashing waves. Senik Haas, you are the reef that protects our shores. With this horn, we kneel to the worm cult no longer. Let the tides lift us and our allies in Sunport toward a new dawn.
Nice. Yes. Here, I'll emote clap. Yes. That's particularly cool just because I am Argonian, and so even though the Argonians here follow different rituals and see themselves as a different type of Argonian, right, separate from the mainland ones, it was still cool to essentially be able to partake in their cultural traditions and rituals and norms as an Argonian. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a little bit more exclusive. You can hear the bells here, but this is the Christmas mount, which I really like. Ooh, that's a very nice elk. That is very nice. Huge, huge horns, or antlers, rather. Okay, the last place we have to go then is here, Detra Grotto. Now, we have, yeah, so we've got then this public dungeon, which we're just gonna do the quest for. We're not gonna kill all of the bosses, just because they're on respawn timers. I don't know where all the bosses are either. I don't have the add-on that shows where all the bosses are in the public dungeon. So we're just gonna follow the... Oh, there's also, sorry. There's, I'm gonna get this real quick, and then there's another quest marker there. I think that's actually for one of the missing items that,
Let's keep our eyes open for a tavern where we can spend that.
That the captain dropped, I would think, maybe? Storm coming in? Wealth from the Slee. Coxswain Belva does not approve of this strategy, but what else can we do? If we're to outrun the storm and survive, we must be as light as possible. This crate of dried snow stuffles weighs us down. Besides, I studied the charts. If we dump the crate now, the ocean will moor it on the beach not far from our destination. Should anyone find this note that this crate belongs to Captain Genevieve Delicia and her crew. There's ale to spare if you save her a trip and bring this lost cargo to the inn at the Nord Village on the northwestern side of the island. Of course, you could just take this crate for yourself, but then you wouldn't know the terrible fate your actions bring about. There will be no end to the suffering caused by your hands, all for some mushrooms from the throat of the world. Okay, nice. Exactly. So this was then the third item that we were missing, because we found one here, and then we had to take them back there. And she said we only had one more to find. Excellent. So we'll do that. We'll do that after this public dungeon. There, I can already see.
Not so close, Patches. Wouldn't want you to come down at this scourge too.
I actually see. Yeah, there are two. What is this then? Deck and Horus.
You look 100 times better than I feel, stranger. Me and the rest of the people living in Detra Grotto, we're all sick. Our healer calls it the Daedric Scourge. It's going to be the death of us all. Mark my words.
The Daedric Scourge sounds serious.
Oh, it is. No ordinary sickness, this one. Our community's healer, Kishka, says he thinks he can make a curative. But I'm afraid time is running out. We might just be smugglers and pirates, but we're not so terrible that we deserve this.
How bad is it?
If our healer can't produce the curative, then everyone in the grotto is going to die.
Oh.
And if it spreads to the rest of the island, well, I don't want to think about it. Last I saw, he was near the entrance to the grotto, looking as sick as I feel.
All right, I'll speak to Kishka. Okay, so that's... Yeah. It looked like there were two quest markers, which I guess they were, but he was just a vector quest to heal
Grotto
Kishka.
is cursed, outsider.
I know. I just talked to the other dude.
The tides test me, outsider. Daedra Grotto has been twisted and overrun by Daedra. Not only have they turned the cave into something otherworldly, their very presence spreads a terrible and debilitating disease.
Horus sent me. Tell me more about this disease afflicting the grotto.
I call it the Daedric Scourge. As the grotto's healer, I noticed it soon after the Daedra appeared and the cave began to change. We were collecting ingredients for a curative when the illness finally overtook me. Now I am too weak to finish the task.
You said we, but I don't see anyone with you.
My friend Razik. She is still inside, sick and alone. Outsider, would you assist me? Help me find Razik and gather the remaining ingredients for the curative. I will compensate you, of course. The grotto cannot be allowed to fall to this disease.
All right, I'll help you gather the ingredients for the curative and find Razuk.
Here, this lists what afflicted items to look for and where to find them. As for Razik, we were separated deep inside the grotto after the illness struck me and I became disoriented. Deckhand Horus helped me reach here. Then he took ill as well.
All right. So let's see how big this area is. I mean, it's a public dungeon, and so I assume it's going to be quite big. That almost looks like Cold Harbor influence, which there were parts of the wall that had that. Okay, so we just have to also keep track of where we have been and where we still need to go, because this looks like it's a multi-tiered
dungeon.
Dungeon.
So weak. I am a healer, not a warrior.
I'm surprised he came with us. How are you? Like, I'm gonna be super wearing you out by running this quickly. Yeah, see, here's the Cold Harbor influence. Yeah, you should have stayed outside. I'll go grab everything. And
all this damage. How will the grotto ever recover?
Wow, this place is huge. Ooh, nice god rays. Huge and seemingly empty, but that's probably because I think, yeah, I bet there are groups farming this, I could imagine. Because there could very well be like certain drops. A lot of times in the public dungeons, there are certain drops that you have to get, like 15 or 45 or whatever of them, and then you turn them into an item. I could very well imagine that being the case here too. But no, here we go. All right, off we go.
I am not afraid of you.
I wonder.
You stand no chance against me and my Daedra.
Oh, he's the.
Unleash your fury!
I like how we were actually fighting his pecs the whole time. Cool. Yeah, see, consume 25 files of tainted blood to unlock the skill stylus eviscerate achievement. Yeah, so that's what I meant. You probably have to then. Oh no, my inventory is full. 1 second. Then merchant.
Can I help you?
Yes, I've got a lot of stuff to sell apparently, and then I'll
How can I
go
help?
to the bank, deposit all of my materials. I imagine this will be quite a lot. Oh, although I've only got 109. This will be hard. Because I've now actually used all of my bank space. Because since I don't have Elder Scrolls Plus, then I don't have unlimited space for the crafting materials.
Let's go find a problem to solve,
That fang
and
from
maybe
the
get
blighted
paid for
Daedra
it.
should do nicely.
I hope the way that they have this is that in all of these gathering spots, I hope that there's a boss. That would be a nice way. Again, I don't have the add-on that shows where the bosses are and such. Okay, no, we don't want to go that way. And so that would be a much more organic way to show where things are, where the bosses are and such. But we're gonna have to see. I mean, otherwise the best way to figure out is just follow the people. Essentially see, by the people I mean the other players. And yeah, and see what happens. Okay, no, that's just that. Oh, is there one over here? That looks, yeah, a lot of these look like they could be bosses from far away, but they're not. This way, dude. Okay, you can do that while you do that. I'm gonna just grab this quest item. Or not.
Some of my best tonics were imagined under this tree. I hate to see it so diseased.
Yeah, Cold Harbor has definitely taken over here, that's for sure.
Kishka? Do my eyes deceive me? I must be more ill than I thought.
No fever dream, Razik. I am here.
Oh, that's kind of annoying. I was just standing there. I'm just gonna get this guy. Oh, I wonder if, well, I think there might have been. Oh, there he is. Go, let me do it. Cool. Oh, I wonder even if this is. I think this might be the roof boss. Just because there seems to be quite a lot going on just for one boss. Let's see. Oh, nope. Nope, that was a normal boss. Okay, but cool. We got... Okay, that was over there. It's a little bit hard. I'm surprised. The map here... Elder Scrolls Online usually makes pretty decent maps. I'd say the map here is pretty horrible, unfortunately.
Kishka? Do my eyes deceive me?
Yes, you talked to
I was sure I was going to turn feral and die out here.
Oh, sorry.
I was sure I was going to turn feral and die out here.
Yes, we know.
Without ever seeing Kishka again. I'm glad to see he found some help after we got separated. I've dealt with this sort of oblivion excrement before, but never anything like this sickness.
Oblivion excrement?
The anchors. That's one of the reasons I left Tamriel, and finally made my way here. I was hoping I was done with Oblivion invasions. No such luck, huh?
You think this is an invasion from Oblivion?
Daedra. Floating islands of weird rock. Otherworldly terrain. What else could it be? The people of the grotto are smugglers and pirates. We weren't prepared to deal with invaders from Cold Harbor.
Yep, see, that's what I thought. How do you know they're from Cold Harbor? How do you
Some of the Daedra have been shouting about Molag Bal and Cold Harbor since they got here. Like they're proud of it or something. Once you have everything Kishka needs, get him to the docks. I'll meet you there, but I don't...
All right. What happened to my chat? Oh well.
Stay safe, Razik.
All right.
We will see you at the grotto docks.
Then we need to go all the way over that way somehow. Looks like an opening here. Definitely looks like Cold Harbor. Oh yeah, definitely looks like Cold Harbor has affected this area more. I mean, it seems like we're essentially going more and more into this corrupted area. Okay, I think we need to go that way somehow. I didn't see a path there, but there's one over here. I quite liked it. I mean, I liked Cold Harbor itself. The quests were quite good. The area was also very well thought out and atmospheric as usual. I know I've said that word seemingly 80 times, but it is true. But I like this as well because you get a combination of Cold Harbor, but then also just some other biomes and such. So it's not only gloom and doom, so to say. That's right, I forgot. This is a public dungeon, so there are going to be a lot of mobs. Or at least just more than 1, 2, or maybe 3. So as you can see here, we have all these mobs. Alright. What was that? Also, I think someone... Is that a boss? Oh, down there, maybe. But I do need to... Okay, I think I need to go down here anyway. It sounded like there was a boss over this way. Yeah, see? Here. Ah, this must be... This is the group one.
Bring down Cold Harbor's wrath on these maggots.
Ooh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Yep, this is definitely the group boss. Sorry, boss, but that was kind of cool. Or that was kind of funny. Hey, look, and there's the other lead. I think, man, we really have to do these leads afterwards. Because that's now yet another lead. Yeah, see, there's the group event. I think I've got like 4 or 5. Ah, hero of the, I want to check what, let's see where our, I think that's under J, achievements, hero, complete quests, defeat bosses, and explore delves. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then that, yeah, current Western Solstice, this, oh, okay, I guess I haven't found those. Those are what we can get. But scryable, all active leads, they really need to add a filter thing to say, okay, I only want to look at then the legendary. Yeah, see, we've got 1, or master, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and they're not all for the same one, but I've got most of them for the Mad Dancing Shoes. Create a cheese wheel under an enemy within 15 meters that deals that much damage. Wow. That would be fun to get. I mean, like I said, I've nearly got it. What was this one here? Ah, Malakast Bands of Brutality. So I've almost got all of them for Mad God's Dancing Shoes, which is funny. Good, nice. I'm glad, so that I definitely would not have been able to solo that group. Because in a lot of the older, or I guess if I were actually well geared, then I could maybe.
Disgusting, I know, but a vital ingredient for the curative.
That's all right. I don't mind. I'm not gonna use the curative, so I don't mind that it's disgusting. But it was good timing because I really don't think we would have been able to do that. We would have been able to solo that. There are at least, just because the content is still so new, there are at least a lot of players. And so I don't think we would have had to wait terribly long in order to get it. But again, it's just nice that we don't even have to. And the scam. Oh, you're not dead. Okay, here we just need to make our way. Oh, this way actually. Oh, we probably should have gone over there. Yep. Then up that way. Oh, we do actually need to be on the lookout for... I haven't actually been paying too much attention to that, but we're actually still missing 3 sky shards. So we technically have to do that as well. So, but we're gonna go and get this last piece. And by piece, I mean piece of ingredient, or the last ingredient there. I wonder if there's... Can you actually go in this giant... No. That's too bad. I thought maybe you could go in there and there's like a big boss in there or something. Or maybe in this one? No, it looks like everything's locked off. I bet the boss is then around here. Though it appears that the boss is dead. Or at least it appears that whatever's supposed to be here is actually gone. I do want to check. Yeah, that's okay, good. Alright, here's the Scourged branch.
You can definitely see signs of the Scourge in that branch.
Okay, so now we have to go to the docks.
To the docks at the center of the grotto, outsider. Then I can prepare the curative.
Alright. Whatever you say. Okay, that's gonna pull all of them. So, fine. Pull all of those. I am happy that I chose that one skill. Oh wait, I think I need to go down this way. Yeah. Where... No! Oh. Okay, well at least... Oh, well I guess this is the docks. That's one way to get there. But how do we get back up? Ah, this way. Because it doesn't look like... It doesn't really look like we can... Oh, hello. Okay, then we're just gonna go up. We'll just go this way. Because then we just can cross the bridge there. Alright, follow the masses. Particularly with the giant spider. Someone playing a necromancer, saw. Oh, boss? Where'd be the boss? Here, probably. I bet you kill those and then the big boss will come out. No? Yep, there it is.
They made their choices. No remorse!
I mean, he's not wrong, but like, just a giant spider. Just a giant spider busting. Calm down. Oh, look what I see. I see a sky shard. Which, it's of course over there. Well, I think we have to jump down here. It's a bit frustrating. Hello? Like the ground here must have really kind of an uneven edges. I'm saying like move forward, do this or whatever, and it's just not, it's not moving. Okay, of course it's up there, meaning we either have to go around this way. They do like to, with some of these things, they do like. With some of these sky shards, ESO over time has liked to make a jumping puzzle out of it. I think this is a little bit more straightforward, where it looks like we just have to go here. I hope. But they've certainly had ones in the past where it's like, here's the sky shard, and the entrance to actually get to the path is like over here. You have to go through here, blah, 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 and it's not clear at all. This doesn't seem to be the case though, so that's good. Oh, maybe I should... No, I spoke too soon. Though I do think you have to go up here. Okay, I spoke too soon. Because you can't go here. How do we get up that way? Can we go down this way, perhaps? Maybe. Nope. Yeah, but that's the annoying thing with this. Like, please don't make jumping puzzles for a game that has bad jumping mechanics. Like the this has very floaty jump to it, and so it doesn't feel good to jump. Well, I thought that was going to be the case, because I can't jump up here. Oh, I can. Well, but I can't jump up there, though. No, I guess I can't get up there. Okay, if I scroll out... Yeah, it looks like you should be able to get up over there, but you can't. Lasai. Because you can't go through here, I don't think. Or maybe you can. It's just going to be awkward. Because of the because it's going to go into first-person mode and such. No, you can't. You cannot. And you can't go here because that's too high. Remember what I just said about annoying jumping puzzles, Elder Scrolls Online? Thank you for not listening. Because you also can't tell from the map where you're supposed to go. So that's also what I was saying, where like, okay, Elder Scrolls, like, and this is, I guess this isn't just Elder Scrolls, this is any game. It's like, okay, any game, if you're gonna do things like this, then make the map readable. Yeah, see, like, where the hell are you supposed to go? Everything pointed to back there from where you could jump. All right, now I'm just down here. Well, if I'm down here, then I'm gonna go essentially check all of this area. That's really frustrating. I guess maybe there, but that's the thing, it's on the exact opposite side of where we are. Nothing goes up there. Nothing goes up there. Can't go this way. Ah, okay. Here it is. I would assume. I mean, again, I don't want to speak too soon, as I did in the last case, but this at least looks more promising, I would say. Where did this go? Let's see. I wonder why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah, this looks more promising, because at least there's not any jumping puzzles we have to do. But I will also say it's nice to just do some more normal, yeah, here we go. Smashing enemies over their heads and
That's got it.
Yeah, smashing enemies over their head and exploring new terrain, seeing what the various new places have to offer. Okay, good. Another one down. So it looks like I need to, yes, repair. And the other ones are about to die. So I assume this jumps into water. Yes. Otherwise, sad panda. All right, there's another, yeah, the spider boss is back, but I'm gonna ignore them. Those are some big spiders. Okay. That's where we need to go. Ah. Enter the grotto docks.
quickly, Kishka. I can feel my
Wow.
mind slipping already.
I hate to admit it, but the orc is right. We're running out of time.
Come, outsider. I still need your assistance. When we barricaded ourselves at the docks, once the rest of the grotto began to show signs of turning feral, I set up my healer's workstation in the southern hut. However, I do not trust myself. Will you help me prepare the curative, outsider?
What do you need me to do?
The elixir is almost ready. You just need to add the remaining ingredients to the cauldron and wait for a reaction. Then, bottle a sample of the curative and bring it back to me.
All right, I'll finish preparing the curative. Chat, what are you doing? Stop opening and closing. Okay, here's my guess. I'm gonna make this, put everything together, and then when we turn around, they're all gonna be dead. Oh.
I'll take that, friend. Someone needs to test the curative. You're not sick, and Kishka's too important. Besides, I want to do this. Consider it payment for the grotto taking me in after I fled Tamriel.
Are you sure about this?
Absolutely. Kishka invented the cure. You helped him create it. Why shouldn't it fall to me to be the one to make sure it works? Make sure it's safe. At least I can do this much for the people that gave me a home.
All right, here's the curative.
Slowly, my friend. That isn't bog iron ale.
I feel strong. You did it, Kishka. You and the outsider did it.
Well, that was just for you. Did you drink all of it?
It appears we did it, friend. The curative will save those in the grotto who have not yet turned feral and succumbed to the Daedric scourge. And I think I can craft a stronger elixir to help the feral as well.
So the grotto is saved?
Eventually. And once we are all cured and strong enough, we will need to deal with the invading Daedra as well. But that is tomorrow's problem. The Tide sent you to me when I needed you most. And for that, I am grateful.
Cool.
Take this with my thanks.
Thank you.
There's always something new to learn.
Okay, good. He did drink it. Ghastly Glowstock. Let's see what that is. Ghastly Glowstock. This thing. Okay, cool. Oh. Very nice. Very funny. Okay, then we completed that. Now, open zone guide. Explore zone. Ah, there's one over there. So that's what I want to do. We've just got, I'm so happy that they came up with this zone guide, because a lot of times, well, before they had the zone guide, you essentially just had to open up a second, open up on something on your second monitor or on your other screen to try to find it. Welcome to the stream. You just actually missed the final quest. Oh, actually, that's not entirely true. We do have a quest to turn in here, but we just finished the Daedra Grotto, and as you can see, we've pretty much finished everything in Solstice. I'm gonna go and turn in a quest here to complete the missing cargo quest line. I wonder if that will it'll either just unlock some sort of achievement,
With bow aglow, you're shot tonight.
or
Silent bloom
yeah,
dawns
we'll
first light.
essentially see what she has to say. All right, there we go.
That smell. Is that
dried snow truffle? Where did you get snow truffles on this island? Unless my crates made it ashore?
I found this note near your crate.
Ha! There might be some hope for this thrice accursed endeavor. I'll give you a reward if you give me the truffles. Trust me, it's a better deal than what you can scavenge up without a buyer. A fair transaction for your good deed.
Yeah, we found these, the lava pearls, we found that vase, and now?
I sent word to the client who paid for this cargo. They're willing to travel to Sunport. My crew is in no shape to make the journey, and I'm in need of a bodyguard. Whoever this client is, I don't want to meet them alone.
Why are you suspicious?
Any client willing to pay for goods is a client willing to take them for nothing. That's one of the few rules my parents taught that I took to heart. This client is especially strange.
What makes you say that?
My family's dealt with this client for generations. Far longer than elves live. Pieces to this puzzle don't align, but I'm too desperate not to try. Can I hire you to come to the meeting? You'll get your coin if we both make it out of there.
All right, I'll meet this client with you in Sunport.
Let me finish my drink, and then I can meet you near the cathedral in Sunport. Hopefully nothing terrible happens, but between the storm and headache of recovering all these goods, I don't trust my luck.
Okay, so see, that's what I was saying. I thought it might actually unlock another quest. But that reminded me, I actually wanted to, go, I forgot that I actually got my own drink for tonight. So I'm gonna go get that. I will be right back. Just gonna put this on and we'll be back in just 2 licks.
The work goes on.
That new Nord is rather pretty. All right. I'm back. Got my drink. So we can now figure out. Not figure out. We're gonna first of all go. Yes, we have to go to Sunport, but I want to get this actually. Okay, you can't select it, but that's all right. I know we need to go to here, the Broken Light Temple. It's conveniently marked on our map or on our compass anyway. So we'll grab this and then go on to what happened there. It looked like it was flying through the sky. Oh right, that's right. We have to follow this. I remember the last time we came here, ended up going way over that way, more towards the world boss. Don't need to do that. Scroll in a little bit more so I can see better. So I guess they dropped, so ZeniMax dropped some sort of trailer, which I haven't seen yet, but I just kind of heard through the grapevine that ZeniMax released what they're going to be doing then with this wall. I think something along the lines of it being temporary content, meaning like you have to be here essentially in order to experience the content. Like you contribute to breaking down the wall, which would make sense in that
both with the main quest and now with all of the side quests, if you've noticed, we've been recruiting essentially all of these different peoples and all these different groups. And so we've now recruited, because we completed every side quest and the main quest, we've now actually recruited, oh, right there. We've recruited everyone here. And so when, later on, when the next patch drops, then I wonder if we'll have an advantage of sorts or something. I don't know. We shall see. Let's, yeah, we'll go here. It was a particularly nice day today, and so I thought that's I actually don't drink that
right behind
much.
you, partner.
Day to day or week to week. Certainly not day to day, but week to week either. But I thought today was particularly auspicious because of the weather, actually. It wasn't really auspicious. Maybe auspicious because only one more day of the work week. And so I thought, well, I will treat myself to a refreshing beer. It thankfully hasn't gotten, what's this guy doing?
Someone! Anyone! Please help! Thank you, stranger. Any longer and I would have drowned. Oh, I hate Hadalits. Help me!
That was funny. I like that.
Oblivion, take you!
Oh, saved twice! Such an embarrassment for the guild and fellowship. Wait, not again!
Get out with the champions. Saved you 3 times. Where did he go? Go here. Whee! Funny. That's kind of cool. A nice little RP event on the side. It reminds me of then the one character as well that I think you can discover down here, whose voice actor I love. I think like from the whole Solstice thing, I think she has the best voice acting because she kind of sounds like a cheerleader type of girl. But like she really does a good job of it sounding natural and not forced. So yeah, I really liked that. Okay, here we go. Once we get this, we will have the entire zone complete. Nice. Dun-dun. Gained 1 skill point. I need to charge my weapon. But Western Solstice Sky Shard Hunter. And well, I guess that's true. We had gotten the Western Solstice hero.
What realm of revelry is this?
Her, yes.
You there? What pleasures are hidden here?
I love her. She sounds like a valley girl.
I command you to tell me all about this realm's hidden pleasures. I desire to experience the many wonders of Sanguine's realms of revelry, and I will not take no for an answer.
I love it.
Surely there is wine to be drunk, a feast to be, feasted.
Realms of Revelry? We already went there, actually.
Ah, a test, of course. The realms of revelry are the myriad pocket planes created by our Lord Sanguine, each more debaucherous than the last. So again I ask, you fiendish imp, what pleasures does this realm offer me?
Okay, so last time I actually chose this one. This isn't the Realms of Revelry. You made it to the worst place. So we'll do this. Adventure abounds in this realm of revelry.
Adventure? How tedious. Though I suppose the pleasures of discovery are not to be scoffed at. It will have to do. I just hope this adventure stuff includes a decent wine. Adventure? Well, if Sanguine insists.
Okay, yeah, the Oblivion one is a lot funnier. That just freaks out, I think, and is like, what? I landed in Oblivion, what am I gonna do? Type of thing. Okay, so we have unlocked now this secret quest. Oh, what's this quest here?
Anyone who knows their way around a blade, best come talk to me.
Oh, but is this... I think this
I recognize that look anywhere. You're one of us. A fighter. You did some work for the guild, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Would you care for more? There's an initiative to strike at the heart of Cold Harbor that could use your strength and skill.
What? Cold Harbor?
I'm not at liberty to say. Orders. Go to the Ossian cage and speak to Kiruk. He will tell you more and reward your bravery for making it that far. Cold Harbor is dangerous. Venturing close is not for the faint-hearted. I would not take the warnings of danger lightly. We lost many experienced warriors before Captain Lin sent me here to gather reinforcements. If you know of any other capable warriors, convince them to join you. Kiruk's purse is deep.
I'll go speak with Kiruk.
Take this portal when you're ready. Captain Lin needs fighters, badly. But an unprepared warrior is as good as dead.
Ossified bravery. Okay, this is a trial. Yep. All right. Obviously not going to do that. Just because you can't solo it, obviously. That's something that they need to add, is they need to add a solo option for the trial. That's pretty much every other, or most other MMOs have done at this point. Just so you can then experience the, like, you don't have to get any gear or anything from it either, but just so that you can experience the story. But I somehow imagine that won't happen anytime soon. Okay, so let's go meet.
Must be a trick. My family would never do business with a Daedra.
You mean you didn't figure that much out? I expected more. Still, you brought the goods. You could be useful. Let's make a deal.
Not so fast. I need to consult my friend first.
Indeed.
Useful? What did he mean by that? I already acquired and transported the goods he paid for. Our contract is fulfilled. Now he's offering another deal? Everything I need to know to succeed in my family business.
What are you thinking?
I was blinded by my need to save what's left of my parents' work. Why would I question this contract from an old client? It was a test. He wanted to see how resourceful I am. And now that he knows, he wants to deal.
Do you know what he wants to in exchange for his help?
I can guess. My parents warned me about scoffins with offers of tutelage. Now I see they meant their own mysterious client. He says he's done business with my family for generations. But it might be wiser to chart my own course.
So, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. This scoffin's knowledge can save my business, but I'll be tied to him. Rejecting the deal sacrifices everything my family worked for, but I'd be free to change my life, pursue other things. What would you do?
Accept his deal and save what your parents built. If you value your freedom, don't trade it away. Scoffin loves deals. You could probably negotiate for something better. I'd say if you value your freedom, don't trade it away.
I think I knew that, deep down. My parents left me a lot of debt. They would understand if I couldn't pay it all off. I can make them proud without tethering myself to a scoffin's whims.
Yeah.
If I have to sell our ships, then so be it.
You don't need this dangerous help.
The crew will find other work, as will I. I promised you payment if we both made it out of this, and you definitely kept me out of danger. I don't think the Scoffin is going to turn on us just because I refused to join him. You earned this.
Ooh, a great bow of oblivion. Okay, cool.
Pleasure doing business with a Deletian, even if it was for the last time.
Deletian, that's how you pronounce your name.
At least I fulfilled one last contract.
Submission.
My parents would be proud.
Indeed they would. Ooh, nice mount. Okay, that aiding the expedition, that's a trial. All right, folks. Well, with that, we have completed Solstice. We have completed the new chapter here from, I was about to say Lord of the Rings, but the Elder Scrolls Online. Quite exciting. I don't know, I would say overall, what are my thoughts about this? So main story quest was fine, as they usually are. Nothing too exciting, though nothing too dull either. The thing that surprised me the most about the main quest is the fact that it was only 5 quests and really quite fast. The first quest you had to then get the representatives from the 4 corners. Then we had to, in the second one, we had to free the palace from the invaders. And then, let's see, what were the other ones? Then we had to find Vanus, or Vanus, whatever his name was, the Archmage. And then we had to, and then I think we ended up saving him. And the current, yeah, that's right, the current leader, or she used to be then the leader of the Mages Guild, she sacrificed herself. Oh, that's right, we had to get the Gift of Death from Blood Sworn or something like that. We killed him. But Monomarco has returned. He is currently strengthening himself, regaining his strength. So he's probably going to be the antagonist for the eastern half of Solstice. But otherwise, yeah, main quest was quite fine. Side quests were kind of mix and match. I really enjoyed the Everlasting Fair. I would say probably that was my favorite one, followed by the Broken Light Temple. Then Coralania Manor, just because of the atmosphere and the setting, I would say. Then probably Shore Stand, and then followed by the Shelltide Village. We did also have the Tarner Mine was part of the main quest. So I don't know. All in all, I would say this is a good C. So I would say, you know, a 7 out of 6, between a 6, I'd say a 6.5 then. I guess that's technically a D. But it was nothing, there was nothing here, at least in terms of questing and adventuring and stuff. I'd say 7. I'd give them the benefit of the doubt. The subclassing is really awesome, right? I'm quite surprised at how long it takes to re-level these. But on the other hand, I could level them faster by putting more in my skill bar. But the subclassing is by far one of my favorite options, because now I'm essentially playing a sorcerer, a warden, and a thief. So that is awesome. Definitely 10 out of 10 for me on that. But that is essentially all we're going to do for today then, because we've finished Solstice now. We've finished Seasons of the Worm Cult. So thank you for those of you who were with me the entire time from day one when it first released, actually just last week. Yeah, so if you actually think about it, it only released last Monday, which I hadn't thought about. We took about a week's break because I had some stuff come up in between, but we took about a week's break, came back on Monday, finished quite a lot of the quests, and then bit by bit we've been essentially chipping away at the individual side quests, and today we were able to finish everything. So again, thanks for those who were with me from day one, and I appreciate your input and the interaction. If you have any ideas of what you would like to see next, then please let me know. So Path of Exile 1 is releasing their next league tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to stream that tomorrow. That's a completely new game. We haven't actually gone into that. I'm by no means a good or an advanced Path of Exile player, but a new league is always fun to explore some new things. I haven't decided on how I want to approach it, whether I want to play with a build or just kind of play by the seat of my pants, but we'll see. We'll see what we do once it releases tomorrow. But then otherwise, we'll definitely go back to Lord of the Rings. We're going to take a break from Elder Scrolls for a while now that we've finished this. But if you've got any other ideas, then please let me know in the comments below, and we will I'll be sure to then get that into the pipeline for it. But this has been Arageld. Thanks again for tagging along and joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next stream. Like and comment and subscribe, you know the deal. See you in the next one, everyone. Bye.